Hello and welcome everyone. Okay, so this is the Patrie in-game information, year of design 1957. Battleship armed with 12 431mm main battery guns, and the ship's AA defences comprise artillery systems designed during the 1950s. Okay, so that's the in-game information we get. We start with the armor layout. Very familiar. Any of you and all of you that are familiar with French battleships will see 32mm plating. Very recognizable. Deck 32mm. Upper casemate 32, just to remove the torpedo protection. So the casemate armor is 420, stretching from the front turret to the rear turret. Again, here, let's bring this down. Let's get that all out of the way, actually. Okay, that's easier to look at. So here at the stern, again, 32mm plating. This is very standard on French battleships. Lots of 32mm plating. There is a little additional strip here of rudder protection, 50mm. 50mm. So let's look at the citadel armor. The actual citadel itself. So the citadel is submerged. It is under the waterline, but there is no... Wait, there is an element. There is an element of sloped armor here. Yes, I overlooked this the first time I looked. So there is an element of turtleback armor here. 420. The athwartship is 250mm. Upper athwartship is 32. 370, 250, and again 32 here at the front. So you do have an element of turtleback armor here, sloped internal armor. Like any French battleship, fire and anything that can pen 32mm, you're going to take a lot of damage from, just like any other French battleship. Very vulnerable to high explosive. Very vulnerable. Survivability, 108,900 hit points. 29% torpedo protection damage reduction. Quite decent, 29%. This is further reinforced by having 5 repair parties. 3 engine boost consumables. The build, very standard. You could actually almost go with engine boost here, but because she is vulnerable to fire, I've just gone with damage control. Build I'm using. You could go with brisk here, but the turret traverse is a little bit. It's 34 seconds with grease the gears, but you could go with brisk. She does have some nice speed. This is just the first build I started. I've only played one game so far, and this is just the build I went with at first. I think without grease the gears, the turret traverse is something like 45 or something like this. Done. Send to reserve. Without grease the gears, 41.4. 41.4. So if you're comfortable with 41 turret traverse, you could go with brisk instead. but I've just gone with grease the gears to start off with. So main battery, get a port look. 24.6 second reload. This is with the reload mod in slot 6. Turret traverse as stated 34.5 seconds. Max dispersion of 304 meters. Max firing range of 26.6. High explosive and armor piercing shells. The high explosive can do a max damage of 6300. 48% fire chance. 72 millimeters of armor penetration with a shell speed of 840 meters per second. Armor piercing, exact same shell speed, and citadel damage is 14,500. But now, it's very important. What makes her super is you get this experimental ordnance handling, and on landing 12, you get one of these little in-game meters, just like the other super battleships. You need 12 successful gunshots near or on your target to fill up your meter. And then this will boost your main when you activate it by pressing F. Main battery high explosive shell armor penetration is boosted by 90%. So this 72 millimeters is virtually doubled, a little bit less than doubled. The secondary battery high explosive shell armor penetration is also boosted by 90%. So also almost doubled. So 17 will they pen 32 millimeter? 17 millimeter by
another 110k potato to farm.
Another 110k. I wouldn't exactly call this potato though. This seems like a Repo hybrid Burgoyne on steroids kind of job. I think this ship has the potential to be a bit of a monster. Just looking at all these bonuses. So 17 millimeters boosted by 19%. Is that 32 millimeter? 100% is 34 millimeter. Is it 32.3? Perfect. Trust anyone. Yes. So suddenly you break the threshold, 32 millimeter threshold, act on these 100 millimeters. These also get a 90% boost, so they go from 25 to just under 50 millimeters of penetration. Now the boosts don't stop there. Main battery reload gets a 20% buff to reload time, and you also get a 7% speed boost. So your main battery, if you're shooting HE, does an extra 90 millimeters of penetration, as do your secondaries. Your main battery will have a faster reload time, and the ship will be moving faster by an additional 7%. Potentially on top of a ship that's already speed boosting at 8%. So, I mean, this has potential to be quite hilarious. Airstrikes, the subs are back, chat. They are back. I played one game. Now I can't comment about the gameplay, unfortunately. But it looks crazy. This has potential to be quite hilarious. Depth charge, airstrike, you get 1 attacking flight, 2 bombs per payload, 2400 damage per bomb, 11 kilometer max firing range, and a crazy reload time. You can launch a depth charge airstrike every 17 seconds. I don't think this could possibly be correct. So every 17 seconds you can launch an airstrike, a depth charge airstrike. Yes, Captain Dance, this is the PTS. Let them have it. That is hilarious. So AA defense, 8 twin-mounted 57mm, and then 8 twin-mounted 100mm. These are the secondaries. They double up as AA, and the same for the 152mm. 3 triple-mounted 152s. These all double up as AA defense. This equates to continuous average damage of 401, and it's virtually identical, equal split between medium range and long range AA, 329 as opposed to 326, so virtually identical split, and the max firing range is 6 kilometers. 12 flak explosions, that's a lot of flak. This is a lot of flak. 12 flak explosions with 1680 max damage. That's a lot of flak, chat. That's a lot of flak. Maneuverability, 32.6 knots. This is including the speed flag. Base speed 31. Speed flag 32.6. Now remember, you have an 8% speed boost, and every time you activate this experimental ordnance, you get an additional 7% on top of that speed. So 2 potential buffs, an 8% speed boost with the engine boost, and then an additional 7% with this experimental ordnance.
Your awesomeness, it shines too bright, but I just can't help but look.
Hope the unfrosted Carbine 6 cupcakes are great. Congrats on 2 years.
Thank you very much, Deet Brewpack. 2 years and going strong. They have not got rid of us yet. Okay, so finally, concealment-wise. Now, she's not stealthy. Concealment rating of 38. Now, I am using Concealment Expert. This is with the full stealth build, concealment system, and captain skill. All equates to a detectability range of 14 kilometers and 12.3 by subs and by aircraft. I'd like to thank you once again all for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more. Take a moment to check out some of my most recent videos and leave a comment below. And until the next time, keep sailing it like you stole it.